Hey Chiefs Kingdom, what just happened in this draft might be one of the wildest stories we've seen in years. And trust me, you're not ready for how this all unfolded. A quarterback once projected to go early, falling all the way to the 7th round? And guess who stepped in to steal the moment? That's right, the Kansas City Chiefs. You could feel the tension building as pick after pick went by, and one name just kept sitting there on the board. Garrett Nussmeier. A guy many believed could hear his name called way earlier. But instead, the wait turned into a dramatic slide that had everyone asking the same question. What are teams missing? And then boom, Kansas City Chiefs news lights up. The Chiefs pull the trigger late, grabbing him at pick number 249. And just like that, a potential hidden gem lands in the perfect situation. But here's the real question. Did the Chiefs just pull off another masterclass move? The moment that call came through, you could feel the emotion from Nussmeier. Waiting that long during the draft isn't just stressful. It's brutal. Watching 9 other quarterbacks get picked ahead of you, that hits different. But instead of frustration turning into doubt, he turned it into fuel. He made it clear this wasn't about when he got picked, it was about where. And landing with the Kansas City Chiefs? That's a statement in itself. Think about it. If you're a young quarterback trying to rebuild your confidence and develop your game, is there a better place than Kansas City? Sitting behind Patrick Mahomes, learning from Andy Reid, it doesn't get better than that. Now let's talk about why he even fell in the first place, because this is where things get really interesting. Reports pointed to medical concerns, specifically a cyst on his spine that showed up during combine testing. That kind of news is enough to scare teams off, even if it's not considered a long-term threat. In the NFL, even small uncertainties can cause big draft slides. And unfortunately for Nussmeier, that's exactly what happened. But here's the twist, he's reportedly asymptomatic. That means he's not currently dealing with pain, and if needed, the procedure to fix it is relatively minor. So did teams overreact? Because if they did, the Chiefs just capitalized big time. Let's not forget what this guy did on the field. We're talking about a quarterback who threw for over 4,000 yards in 2024. That's not luck, that's production. Even across 2 seasons as a starter at LSU, he stacked up nearly 6,000 passing yards and 41 touchdowns. Those are serious numbers, especially in a competitive college environment. So when you combine that production with his arm talent and football IQ, it's not hard to see why he was once viewed as a potential early-round pick. The talent never disappeared. The situation just changed. And speaking of talent, this is where Nussmeier really stands out. His arm strength, elite, the kind that lets him fit passes into tight NFL windows. He's also got that fearless mentality. He's not afraid to take shots downfield or challenge defenses. And sometimes that's exactly what you want in a developing quarterback. But let's be real, that same confidence can get him into trouble. There were moments where he trusted his arm a little too much, forcing throws that led to interceptions. That's something he's going to have to clean up. At 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he's not the biggest quarterback either. In today's NFL, size can still matter depending on the system. And while he's not known as a scrambling quarterback, he's not completely immobile either. He can extend plays just enough to keep defenses guessing. That balance, pocket presence with just enough mobility, is something Andy Reid can absolutely work with, especially in a system designed to maximize quarterback strengths. Now let's talk about something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, his football background. This is a guy who grew up around the game. Being the son of a former NFL quarterback and current offensive coordinator means he's been studying defenses and learning the mental side of football his entire life. And that shows in how he reads the field. His ability to process plays, go through progressions, and stay calm under pressure, that's not something you can easily teach. But here's where things get even more fascinating for Kansas City Chiefs fans. This isn't about replacing Patrick Mahomes. Not even close. This is about building depth. This is about creating a long-term plan behind the best quarterback in the league. And if you're going to develop a backup with upside, why not take a low-risk shot on a guy with this kind of talent in the 7th round? Especially when you consider the current situation. Mahomes is coming off a knee issue, and the team brought in Justin Fields as a veteran backup option. That creates a unique environment. Nussmeier doesn't need to rush. He doesn't need to carry the team. He just needs to learn. And honestly, that might be the best thing for his development. No pressure, no expectations, just growth. Imagine being in that quarterback room, listening to Andy Reid break down plays, watching Mahomes prepare week after week. That's the kind of experience that can completely reshape a young player's career. And Nussmeier knows it. He even said it himself. He's excited to steal things from Mahomes, to see the game through his eyes. That mindset, that's exactly what you want to hear, because it shows humility. It shows hunger. It shows he's ready to put in the work. And let's be honest, if there's one organization that knows how to develop offensive talent, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen them turn raw potential into elite production before. So why not again? This could end up being one of those picks we look back on and say, how did every other team let this happen? Of course, there are still questions. Can he stay healthy? Can he fix those decision-making issues? But at pick 249, you're not looking for perfection. You're looking for upside. And this pick has plenty of it. So Chiefs Kingdom, I've got to ask you, what do you think about this move? Did the Chiefs just steal a future star? Or is this just a depth piece? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of those stories that could go either way, and I want to hear your take. And if you love staying on top of Kansas City Chiefs news, breaking updates, and deep dives just like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with every Chiefs fan you know. Because if this move turns into something special, you're going to want to say you saw it here first.